What is up, beautiful family? Hope you guys are having a great Monday morning, ready to take some action. Today, we are going to be talking about something that I wish more people would talk about and let you guys know on is how lonely your journey is going to get, how much people you are going to lose. There, the whole fact of this is improving everything in your life, which means improving your relationships, which means improving your friendships. Every single thing has to be improved, has to change. There's going to be a ton of people that don't believe in your vision. There's going to be a ton of people that call you crazy, that totally don't believe that you can do it. But if you can ignore the noise and ignore those people telling you that you're not shit, you'll be great. I'm telling you right now, I've had to cut off family members. I've had to cut off friends. I've had to cut off relationships, um, because they weren't serving me in that moment. They weren't there to help me grow. And that is the whole point. If you have a relationship or a friendship or a family member, it should be there to help you grow. If not, it's there for no reason. There's no purpose for it to even be there. Okay. And you have to understand like the laws of detachment, right? If something's not serving you, cut it off and move on with your life. And I wish a lot of people or a lot more people talked about this was how lonely you're gonna get. Right now, bro, like I really only have one friend that I talk to on a continuous basis. I don't have a million people on Instagram talking to people. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't have a roster. You know, I don't talk to really anybody at the gym anymore. And that is the one thing that you're gonna have to understand is that you are going to be by yourself for a while. For a while, especially if you want to improve your life, you are going to look around and you're going to outgrow your friends. They're going to be talking crazy stuff like, oh, we're going drinking this weekend. Oh, we're doing this, that, and the third. And you're just going to kind of go along with it until you've gotten tired of it. Okay. And I understand that phase of you're improving yourself from your current friends, but you're not good enough to have the friends that you want, right? And that's going to be probably the loneliest time in your chapter. Um, is a lot of the trust factors of trusting people and letting people in. That is what I don't do. I don't really let people in. I don't really talk to a whole bunch of people because I don't really care to, right? I don't really care to tell people what I do or it's kind of just a waste of time. So in this life, I mean, I choose to be alone. I choose to be by myself. I could go out to the bars every weekend. I could go out and network with every single person that I meet. But in itself, I'm in this for me. I'm doing this thing for me. Nobody else has helped me. I haven't had handouts. I haven't had anything really. It's been my discipline and my motivation that has gotten me so far. And you guys have to understand this that the people around you are going to play a huge role in your life. And it doesn't matter if you have to cut them off. That's totally fine. Like you're if you're on your growth path and you're probably not going to have a lot of money. Well, this is exactly how it was for me. Friends would ask me if I wanted to go out to eat. I simply couldn't. It's not that I didn't want to, I simply couldn't because I couldn't afford to do it. Okay? I couldn't afford to even buy a drink if I wanted to. Okay? And that's the thing that you guys have to understand is that that time is going to see who's real about this and going to see who really wants it. Because a lot of people always need the instant gratification from somebody else or always need company from somebody else. If that's you, you need to change yourself immediately. If you're relying on other people for your happiness or for your empty time, if you don't know how to be by yourself, this life is going to treat you pretty horrible. Pretty bad. Okay, because if you have to rely on somebody and that person leaves, what are you going to do? There's really nothing that you can do other than keep on going. it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be something that's super enjoyable. It's not going to be something that you want to do, especially if you've been friends with these people for since elementary school or middle school, whatever the case may be. If they're not contributing to what you want out of this life, cut them off very fast. And a lot of guys and girls, especially, like, they don't know how to be by themselves. They don't know how to be with their own thoughts. They always root to social media. They always root to distractions. They always root to hanging out with friends. And yes, it's good. Okay, get your social time, whatever. But if you really wanted this, I've thrown away my social life completely. I sacrificed my social life. I don't talk to anybody. And it kind of sucks, like kind of sitting here, waking up and doing the same thing every single day kind of isn't the funnest. Right? It's not going to be for the benefit of you, but you have to see it that it is going to be a benefit. Being alone and being by yourself, there's just a ton of benefits. And I'm not even talking about like how to's or putting you guys on that sauce. I'm just saying on how hard it is going to be when you start losing people, when people don't believe in you, when it's literally just you. People don't understand how hard that time is, because that's usually when you're starting out, and that's when you're the most, I guess, fertile to the noise, to people telling you that you can't do it, to people putting it in your subconscious that you can't do it. If I can do it, you can do it. It's that simple. I've lost so many people over the last 2 years that it's insane. Like, I don't talk to a lot of family members anymore, which sucks, right? It's not a good thing to say, but if they're not contributing to my growth, for what? Why would I keep them around? You know what I mean? And that's the thing that you guys have to get through your thick skulls, is it's gonna get lonely. And if it doesn't get lonely, that means you're probably not willing to sacrifice everything. So you do not have what it takes. You do not put in the work like you say you do. Okay, and this is the thing I see all the time. It's, well, I can't cut these guys off, or I can't cut this girl off, or I can't, because then I'd be by myself. So what? So what? What is the big deal about being alone? It's not that big of a deal. Sometimes, yes, it may suck. Like, for example, I think Friday night it got really lonely. Like, I'm sitting here by myself, just like, damn. Like, hopefully this works out, because if not, I did this all for nothing. You know what I mean? So it's something that you have to understand, and you have to get through your skull. Is nobody's gonna tell you. Nobody's gonna tell you that it's hard. Everybody on the internet that I see is saying that entrepreneurship and self improvement is easy and anybody could do it. Yeah, they're completely right. Anybody could do it, but it does get hard. It's not easy. It's not fun, right? It's not something that is. It's not great, you know. But if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to sacrifice all of those relationships and all those friendships for what you want, you will get it. You will get it. I'm telling you right now, it makes a big difference in your life when you actually have something to work for. When I first started, I didn't have any plan. I didn't have anything that I wanted to do. I didn't know. I didn't know, right? I didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't know what I was here to do. And it was the same rotation every single day. And that's probably why I lost a ton of friends and a ton of family members, because I had no plan. But now I have a plan and everybody's gone. Now I have everything and I have the results and everything's gone. Everybody's gone. Everybody that I wanted to build with, or the girls that I wanted to build with, they're not here. They're non-existent, because at the beginning they didn't believe in the journey. They didn't believe in the vision that I had. And my vision was so big that it scared people, talking to the average individual, and scared the shit out of them. So obviously I understand that they're trying to keep me safe, whatever. But if they're not contributing to your life and they're not contributing to your growth, that's it's going to be detrimental. I'm so serious, especially if you keep those people around. You have to understand that your alone chapter, it's essential for you, because this alone chapter, I've understood a lot about myself. I've understood what I can and can't do. I have a ton of self-awareness. I know who I am, you know and a lot of people can't say the same thing, which, I mean, to each their own, right? Everybody's on a different path, everybody's on a different journey, but you have to understand that you have one chance at this life, and sitting here wasting it with people who don't care about you, who can give two shits about you, it's horrible. Like, if you have a friend group and you can't even speak your own mind without somebody clowning on you or like telling you something, that's your sign to leave. That's your sign that those probably aren't good friends, right? Good friends, I believe, are people who believe in you, people who encourage you to keep on going, especially when things get hard. And this is why I've kept homie Sergio around for so long, is because he's the really the only person that has, like, friend wise, that has believed in the vision. Okay. And that was a thing that was really hard for me to get through my skull, get through my little head here, was that we are going to lose people, whether it be you outgrow somebody. Okay, it could even be that you can outgrow him and then be like, why am I even hanging out with this guy? He literally serves no purpose to my life, and I'm sitting here hanging out with him. You're gonna have a ton of self-awareness of, like, what you're why you're even doing things, and it's kind of crazy to think of why. You know what I mean? I know I'm like, I probably just sound like I'm yapping right now, but your success really determines on how you can be by yourself and how you can lose people without crashing out. Because I've seen a ton of people that, lose their girlfriend or lose a friend, whatever it may be. Okay. That's when they start crashing out, and they don't do anything about it. They sit here and cry and huddle up in a ball because there's nothing you can do. Right? Like, I mean, it's like I said, the art of detachment. If you are trying to cut somebody off, just stop checking up on them. Stop responding. Let them go in peace. You know, what's meant for you will find you. It's time to shift the focus on your goals and the grind. That's it. Like, especially with girls, I understand how hard it is to cut a girl off if she doesn't believe in you, or if something's going on. If it's not determining, like, if you're sitting here overthinking about this chick cheating on you, cut her off. Because now you are not at peace with yourself. You are not growing in yourself. So she's putting a roadblock at your growth. She doesn't know she's doing it. You know you're doing it to yourself. So, but you keep on doing it. It's just an endless cycle of garbage, right? But the journey is going to be very lonely. I can tell you right now, like, it's not going to be fun. It, there was so many times, like I said, people would ask me to go out. I literally couldn't. And people don't talk about that at the beginning of how hard everything is going to be. And I'm not even talking about just in general. I'm saying everything. I'm saying the money is probably going to be super tight when you're first starting your business. You're probably going to lose a bunch of friends, family, etc., whatever. It's not going to be easy. But if you have a bigger vision for yourself, and you know and you're confident in yourself that you can get past this chapter without quitting, because your first, I guess you could say, 10K is going to be the hardest. It's going to be a literal grind. And then after that, you can do whatever you want. But in that time, you have to understand that things are going to disappear. Right? I've read a quote. I don't know if I remember it off of the top of my head, but it's everything happens for a reason, whether good or bad. Okay. And it's really easy. Once you get to the point that I'm at, it's super easy to be patient and understand that you just showing up is going to help you significantly. It doesn't matter if you have nobody to cheer you on. It doesn't matter if you have people to root for you. If you don't have that, cool, that's totally fine. You don't need that. It helps 100%. But if you don't have it, it's not that big of a deal. And that was the thing that I had to understand was everything happens for a reason, whether good or bad. And the people that were in my life were negative. Talking about other people or worried about other things that really didn't even matter. So you have to cut all those people off, especially if you want to grow, because what that's going to do is it's going to flood your mind with things that you don't need. Okay, it's really easy, man. And like I said, it's going to take time to get to the level that I'm at today. Of I don't really care who's in my life. I don't really need a girlfriend. I don't really need friends. I can do it all myself. Like it's really just me and God at the moment, but it's not that big of a deal. Do you see me sitting here crying about it and throwing tantrums and whatnot about how I don't have a roster or girls or friends? And what it is for me too is a trust factor. If I don't trust you within the first 5 minutes of me talking to you, I'm not gonna keep you around. If I could already feel like you're lying about something, I'm not gonna keep you around. Maybe I'll entertain the conversation, but I'm not gonna keep you around. I don't need you. Okay, and you guys have to have the same mindset. Like you don't need people. You can do it 100% by yourself. Yeah, of course you can, but it's harder. It's a lot harder when you have no network, when you have no friends, when you have no girlfriend, whatever the case. It's a lot harder. Believe me, because it's what I'm doing right now. My network is pretty decent. Yeah, it's good, I think, but I'm not relying on people for things. I'm not asking for handouts. I'm doing everything myself. And that's the thing that you have to understand is that if it's not you doing it, somebody else will, and somebody else will definitely conquer the world while you're sitting here crying about you not having a girlfriend. Everybody has their own certain times for things. Everything happens at times in our lives, right? Our whole destiny is literally written out already. Everybody, God already knows what's gonna happen, right? So why worry about it? Why stress about you not having a girlfriend or you getting cheated on? You have to see the positive in things because if you're getting cheated on constantly, that's a sign that you need a growth. If it happens more than 3 times, that's your sign that you probably need to change. That you probably need to change something about yourself. So it really is something that you have to understand that everything is an opportunity for growth, even if it's pain, even if it's suffering. I remember times like when I first started, my diet consisted of rice and sausage because that's all I could afford. It wasn't fun. It wasn't it wasn't something that I looked forward to, but I had to do it. You know what I mean? And like, thank God. But when I was at my old gym, I had an overdue payment of like I don't know, probably $350 because I didn't have the $10 to pay for it, which is crazy. A lot of people would just be like, "Oh, we'll go get a job." I don't think you guys understand how much time and energy business and starting your own business takes. It's really hard to do it with the 9 to 5. It may sound like an excuse, whatever, say what you want, but it's extremely difficult to build a business from nothing and you having to do everything by yourself. So that's the thing that was really hard for me. Like, first of all, the finances at the very beginning, like I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything like that. Like I didn't have handouts. I didn't have a crazy network or anything like that, or a crazy fund to dip into. It was everything myself. Okay, and though that shit is going to take a toll on your mindset. But as long as you don't quit in those times, in the times of struggle, in the times of pain, you're gonna make it. I'm telling you right now. Like I've met so many guys that quit way too soon. things got a little bit hard and they quit. They gave up. This video is turning into a big old yap session. I'll probably cut it off right here, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I've gone through the same thing that you guys are probably going through right now, and I want to help you guys get past that. So if you have any questions about how to get past this, I'd love to answer. I'd love to help you guys down there. Also, I'm going to put a video right here about, it's crazy. I don't even remember what I did 2 days ago, video wise. Sad. Let me see. Let me check real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. See what we did. Okay. So we're gonna put a video right here on how to build relationships. If you guys watch that, cool. If not, I don't really care. Hope you guys have a great day though. Get after it today. Lock in. Now is your time. Let's get it. Come on. You guys have a beautiful day. Nathan Brooks is out. Boom.